Valkyrie is a 250-pound combat robot for the TV show BattleBots on Discovery and Science Channel. We're a stealth jet-inspired body and an undercutter blade. Blade spins at 250 miles an hour, and the blade itself weighs about 65 pounds. We have a very tricky aesthetic. So one of the first things that Markforged helped us do was quickly prototype out of printed materials the structure and frame rails to get the armor looking exactly how we wanted. Our team is comprised of 5 hardware engineers, all based in the Boston area. We are all younger engineers, and so we really find that iterative design has driven Valkyrie to the success we've seen so far. Figuring out how a design will be flawless is difficult, so that's why we're on, can't even count how many iterations of just like different parts of the robot or different modules that we've just changed up. This part is the 3rd version that holds in our weapon motor. We've been able to iterate down to be half the weight of what it used to be. We can really dial in and keep things as minimal as possible and keep it lightweight. We've used them for prototyping, tooling, and fixturing. Without having Markforged, we would have way too high of machining costs. There are these shapes that would take days to machine, but you're able to print in maybe a day. For this season, we've printed over 100 different parts. The materials are right up our alley for high strength, high performance. We have both onyx as well as stainless steel printed parts. Once we have Valkyrie fully assembled, we're looking at 40 to 50 parts that will be used in battle. I think a lot of people just don't think that there are strong 3D printed materials, so being able to point out where a bunch of our stainless pieces took a beating and just survived was really a great way to send home the quality of what Markforged has. Having Markforged has really made it so we're not only saving a lot of money on producing these parts, but we're also saving a ton of time. The future of manufacturing looks fantastic. I think that this is going to change the way that things are made or engineered.
The Innovation Center, we're an end-to-end solution provider within Siemens. We're able to take a concept all the way to final implementation, all under one roof. So we saw the capabilities of the Markforged printers, and we saw the finished quality we get from the prints, the strength of the material, and we wanted to have a more industrial printer to be able to fast prototype and also potentially using it as a final tooling. When we first used the Markforged printers, a lot of people thought it would just be used for prototypes. And so there was an initial surprise by our end users that we were actually giving them a 3D printed part that they could actually use in the field or in a repair facility or manufacturing facility as the actual tool.
The major benefit of having the 3D printers in-house is that the time to develop an idea is dramatically shorter. Within a day or 2 days, we can go from an idea that we whiteboarded to a CAD model to a 3D printed part in our hands. So it drives the cycle time down as well.
The Markforged industrial printers act as a digital factory for us. In the past, you would have to make design decisions, do down selections during the design phase. We can now take 3 or 4 different designs, print them out, do the form function test, and then make a decision there which way to go forward. It just allows us to cut costs, and that money is realized back within the business units.
So with Markforged 3D printer, we get great resolution on the parts. It looks like a real tool that you would buy from a store or something that would be in production.
So if there's an issue with one of the gas turbines out in the field and it has to go down, that means the lights go out or power has to come from somewhere else. So we developed this contoured cutback tool that allows the technicians to make a precise cut exactly where they need to. So this entire contoured cutback tool has been 3D printed. The only off-the-shelf components we had to use were some screws and the actual pneumatic spindle. We were printing this tool as a prototype, but we found that the Markforged carbon fiber composite material is actually robust enough to withstand field use. So we developed 4 kits that are deployed locally.
The Markforged printers have allowed our engineers to be more innovative by encouraging them to fail fast. It allows them to print multiple different designs, make changes to them without having to do that in a design space. And it allows them to get to a final solution quicker, to respond to these rapid prototypes that we have to develop for our business. With the additive manufacturing and the industrial Markforged printers that we're using, the sky's the limit.
over.